Doug Marrone just got fired a couple of minutes ago, which
There's
is
a big
no
surprise.
surprise. But they got the number one pick and no coach. Do you think it is Urban Meyer? Like, is it his job if he wants it? They just have to go through the protocols here.
I don't report on this nearly as well or as thoroughly as guys like Schefter and Mort and Ian Rappaport and all these guys and Glazer. I don't do it anymore, Dan. But I did hear from a couple of coaches' agents over the weekend that they are basically really interested in Urban Meyer, and they think that is the way that one is going to go. And my feeling about it is I would just approach with caution. You know, Urban Meyer is a guy who left jobs at 45, 46, and 54, either for health reasons or whatever reasons, and walked away from his teams. And so, and again, that doesn't mean anything, but I must say, I'm reminded of 15 years ago when Nick Saban signed for 5 years with Wayne Huizenga. He was finally going to get the Miami Dolphins back on the Shula track. Well, 23 months later, he's sitting in his kitchen with Wayne Huizenga saying, "I'm sorry, I want out." And he's 15 and 17, and then he's the coach of Alabama the next day. So again, look, Urban Meyer's never lost in his life. Dan, put an underline under that. He has never lost in his life. He would be taking over a team that has won 25% of its games over the last 3 years. This is not, I don't care if you draft Trevor Lawrence and Jim Brown and Barry Sanders and Jerry Rice. You're going to lose, and probably quite a bit. So I don't know. We'll see. I think, hey, look, They ought to fact find. They ought to be interested. I get it. And maybe they should hire him. But I certainly don't think it's a Nirvana hire necessarily if they hire him.
Yeah, I had a source last night say Ryan Day would be more attractive to him if you're the Jags, because you got a guy who at least has been in the NFL with, I think, the Eagles and the Niners, and he's a younger guy.
And the other thing about Ryan Day, Dan, is when Mike Vrabel was pursuing either the Indianapolis or the Tennessee job in 2018, he told the general managers in both places that most likely Ryan Day, that's the guy who I want to be my offensive coordinator. And there was a lot of hesitancy there, like, hey, get a more established guy, like maybe Darrell Bevel or somebody else. But Mike obviously has landed with the absolutely perfect guy in Arthur Smith. But I do think that Ryan Day is interesting to a lot of teams in the NFL.
The Jacksonville job or the Jets job, with the ones that are open, what do you think is more desirable?
Well, I think both jobs would be really interesting to me, but I would have to know several things, especially about control, because the Jets' history is just replete with changes and failures and trying something for 2 years and then moving on. I want to know about how solidly you're going to do this. I thought it was an encouraging sign that Joe Douglas got a 6-year contract. So that job is better than it was before Joe Douglas took it. And they've got 2 ones each of the next 2 years. If they choose to trade Sam Darnold or choose to trade that pick, they could have a lot better draft status in 2021. But I think the Jags is a good job too. But it is all about the people who surround you.